Woo! Hello everyone! Welcome to today's Hobbii Happy Hour. My name is Louisa. By my side, as always, is the man, the myth, the legend, the wonderful Matthias.
Hello.
He hath returned. Matt, people were wondering about you yesterday at bingo. Do you care to explain yourself? Where were you?
Well, I was in Valencia running a half marathon again, which is yeah, it was a good experience. I took a flight home yesterday, and now I'm here, ready for you all.
And now he's back.
To produce more streams for you guys. Let's go! Woo!
To do more fun things on the internet. So Matt's back, and thank you for to all of you who joined me and Regina yesterday for bingo. It was very fun. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It is still the biggest aspect of comedy. I don't know if you do this as well. Have you ever stepped next to Regina while she's doing a stream?
No, I have not.
Because Regina and I work together. We work in the same office. Our desks are not that far apart. So we talk a lot during the day and we hang out and we've shot a lot of videos together. Keep your eye out. There's a few very wacky, very weird advertisements that are either already out or they're coming out soon for our Black Friday yarns. Regina and I shot those. So we work together quite a lot, which means I know, her quite well. Anytime I'm hanging out with her day to day, I don't think of us having a height difference. Mm-hmm. But the second I set up the bingo studio for her, and the second that I decide to step next to her, and it cuts off my forehead, and she's like perfectly in frame, that's when I realize how much of a height difference we have. Yeah. So it's very, very funny. We've laughed about it many times. But yeah, anyway, thank you to all of you who joined us yesterday for bingo, and a warm welcome back to Matthias. We're very glad to have him back. Today, though, it's live shopping. It's not bingo. In case you're a new joiner, in case this is the first time you've ever heard of live shopping, welcome to you as well. What do we have for you today? So what we've got is a total of 16 amazing yarns, and I will tell you a little bit about these yarns. I will give you some ideas what you can make with them. I will hopefully give you some great inspiration for your next project or for any other creative endeavor you may be ready to get into. So I'm going to have a lovely time talking about one of my favorite subjects ever, yarn. And my second favorite subject ever, whatever someone puts in the chat that gets me to go off on a tangent. So, we've got a great show ahead. On those 16 yarns, we are offering you a amazing exclusive live discount. This discount is valid for 24 hours. It's 24 hours from now that you have to shop. And we've got 2 discount codes for you. And you want to remember these discount codes. The first one is the big one, is Happy 50. So just the word happy followed by a 50, no space, no dash. Happy 50 grants you 50% off our selection if your order total surpasses $150 or the equivalent of that in your currency. The code is set up to work on all Hobbii markets, so any country we ship to, the code is activated. And the threshold is always $150/euros. Or the equivalent in your currency. So if you're from the UK, it's 125 pounds. If you're from Denmark, it's 1,000 kroner. So whatever that threshold is, roughly equal to $150. Once your order total surpasses it, you can apply code HAPPY50 to get 50% off our selection. If you're not placing that big of an order, it's the end of the month, completely understandable. We still got a deal for you. And the code is HAPPY40, which grants you 40% off on our selection. And that 40% applies from the first skein on, so no need to meet an order total. So it's 50% off our selection with code HAPPY50 if your order total surpasses $150, and HAPPY40 for 40% off our selection regardless of your order total. That's a hard word to say a couple of times fast. Order total. In case you are having any trouble understanding either how the discount works or if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I am mostly seeing the Facebook chat. Matt also does keep an eye on Instagram and YouTube, but just because we have a limited amount of screens and also because I'm known to get very distracted, we are only having one chat up most of the time. So if you're on YouTube and you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. Matt might see it still and make sure that I answer it. And of course, there's also an amazing community of viewers out there, that's all of you, who are always super happy to help out as well. And speaking of you, because there's something else you can get out of this stream. As a big, big thank you to you for always tuning in, we also have some giveaways today. And we've got a few more than normal. So today we've got a total of 8 giveaways. We will be giving away 4 gift cards. Each gift card is worth $25 or the equivalent in your currency. So 4 gift cards of $25 each. And we're also giving away 4 so-called golden tickets. And a golden ticket is a coupon. It's a one-time coupon that grants you 15% off on everything on our website. And that includes items that are already on sale. So today, we officially kicked off our Black Friday sales, or Black November, as they're called here at Hobbii. That means that from now on, for the next month, more and more amazing yarns are going to go on probably the lowest or one of the lowest discounts they're going to ever have. Well, have this year at least. Who knows what next Black Friday brings, but we've got to finish this one first. And so you 4 lucky winners today will get an extra 15% off that they can use on those sales that are coming up. So I hope you enjoy. And what you need to do in order to win, I will make sure to inform you as it happens. So we will be giving these away live during the stream. And I will make sure to let you know what exactly you need to do to participate on the giveaways. For the first 2, I can already say it's too late to participate because those winners will be drawn in just a second. We have not just a beautiful community of viewers here, but for those of you who are into just hanging out, talking to each other, inspiring one another, we also have a live streaming Facebook group. It's called the Hobbii Live Streaming Community. If you've commented on our stream at this point on Facebook, you should have gotten a message sent to you already that includes a link to that Facebook group. You can join, you can hang out. I try to post 3-4 times a week. I keep you updated on how my projects are going or what I'm up to. And also we are all just sharing in there. And for the last few weeks, I've asked all the members of the group to keep posting pictures of their current works in progress, so of the projects they're currently working on, or the projects they've just finished, or their yarn stash if they're in between projects. And everyone that has posted between last week and this week, or actually, in the name of fairness, because we're giving away 2 gift cards today, I thought it'd be nice to maybe include everyone that's posted over the course of the last 2 weeks, so if you forgot this week, I got you. Write down all the names, throw them all into this little basket, and we will draw some lucky winners from this basket. So that's our first 2 giveaways. 1 for a gift card, $25, 1 for a golden ticket. And those winners will be drawn from everyone who participated by uploading a picture and using the hashtag #HobbieLive in our live streaming group. It's called the Hobbii Live Streaming Community. And you will receive a link in the follow-up message after the stream if you're watching on Facebook. So you can get a link to that Facebook group there. We're not sending the links on Instagram and on YouTube because if you're watching on those, we can't be sure that you have a Facebook account, whereas if you're watching on Facebook, presumably you have a Facebook account. So just to recap, 50% off, code HAPPY50 applies if your order total surpasses $150. 40% off with code HAPPY40. Both those codes are valid for 24 hours, and both of those codes are valid on our live selection. In order to get a link to that live selection, it should be more than enough to just comment on our Facebook stream, but Matt has also made sure that it is linked in the chat on YouTube, it is linked in the chat on Facebook, it is linked in the video description on Facebook, and it is linked in the video description on YouTube. Are we having trouble seeing the chat on Facebook? Does it not want to show us what people are saying?
I have reloaded it 100 times. It doesn't seem to really be wanting to connect. But maybe it will in a second.
Let's hope it does. And if not, maybe you can just pull up the stream and try to see the chat there. It's not ideal because then, you know, it's not the same format as normal. But we'll try to keep an eye on to make sure that any questions don't get missed. Looks like Meta is, you know, having problems with Matt.
Yeah, again.
it's the great fight of Matt versus Meta.
and they don't want this
in
fight.
the great battle.
They aren't ready.
Miles is saying that they keep getting denied from the live group. I will investigate, because I I don't, I mean, I'm not denying, I have denied people, but that's because the account is very, very suspicious looking. It's sort of, but...
and people saying they can't see the chat because there's a large pinned comment. You can actually kind of
Yes,
close it
if you
down.
do not need the link from the pinned comment, if you've clicked it once and you've already found our landing page, you can just close the pinned comment, and then it shouldn't block you from seeing the chat. So there should be a little X that you can click, and then, or I think also an option to hide, I think, or something like that. Or is that just for us?
Yeah, I think it's the X.
It's just a little X. So click that, then the pinned comment should fold down, and then you can see the chat. But a lot of people seem to be having problems with the chat. And then Sarah is saying, I'm getting the chat just fine.
We also had a lot of weird links connected to our chat before, and I have removed them, so try to reload your chat.
Okay, maybe try to reload. We'll see. So Matt is dealing with all of that. But if you are currently putting... Amanda Senpai did see your comment. Not what I expected to see. Someone's saying the pinned comment is a reply to someone.
I don't think so. I mean, unless Facebook did something weird.
Oh no.
Who knows?
Well, I'm going to press on because I have a lot of yarns to talk about and a lot of giveaways to do, and I don't want to, bore anyone, especially if you're watching on Instagram where everything is just flowing freely. So just to recap, we're going to do the first 2 giveaways now, or actually we're going to look at some beautiful pictures uploaded by all of you now. So we're gonna check those out. So these are the pictures that were uploaded by our lovely community members in the Hobbii live streaming community this week. In case you don't see your picture here, because it's a limited number of entries, in case you are not seeing your picture here, I tried to like every picture that I saw and included in the giveaway. But as we all know, I am not very reliable when it comes to that. And also, again, after a certain amount of likes, Facebook tries to ban me from my own group because it thinks that I'm spamming. So just be advised that I'm doing my best. And there were a lot of names included. Yeah, it's showing me the exact same thing. But here you can see what our group's been up to. There have been loads of whips. There have been a few more stash picks, which I'm always very excited about, and a few recently finished makes. And I love that everyone is incredibly encouraging and everyone's incredibly supportive, and also helping each other out. And in fact, we've had this week two of you working on the same project. Or actually a few of you have been working on similar projects as well and kind of talking about that. And I love seeing that as well. I love everyone getting in on it and helping each other out. And it's been very inspiring to see. We do have loads of cool projects and loads of cool creativity going on there. Well, now I can't see the chat.
Yep.
Matt is trying to make it so that I can see as much in the chat as possible.
Wait, what? Now the pinned comment is back as the normal one. Something is going on, I think.
Oh,
okay, yeah, sorry.
This. Okay, wait. This is important.
Hold up.
So I remember. If you remember last week, do you remember that Amy said that she was getting married?
Yes.
This is her bouquet.
Hey.
And so
cool.
every single one of those flowers is handmade, and they are all birth flowers of important people in her life. And so she used them for her bridal bouquet.
That's so
and
cool.
I don't know, Amy, if you are in the chat, because she also posted some of her wedding pictures. Oh, Amy, I can see that you're commenting. Amazing. Would you mind if we show the wedding pictures as well, or would you rather not? Please let me know. We can move on with the slideshow, but just maybe let me know in the chat if you're cool with it, because I sent them to Matt, so Matt could also put those up if you are fine with that. So, because they looked absolutely beautiful, and I, just want to check with you before putting them up. But I think we can all agree that that bouquet already looks so pretty. And congratulations once again from all of us. I hope you had a magical day, and I hope it was wonderful. I'm trying to see in the chat if I can see another comment by you, but yeah, if you could just let me know real quick if you're fine with it. If not, then just it's completely fine if not. Or in that case, you can also all... I'm totally cool with it. Okay, cool. Matt, you can show the pictures.
Hold up. Okay.
So
okay.
congratulations, Amy. And thank you for sharing this with us. It was absolutely beautiful. I took some of the pictures that you put up in the group. And now we can all like look at the beautiful design together and the beautiful, beautiful bouquet that you made for yourself. And you looked stunning. So congratulations, Amy. And if you want to check out more of Amy's pictures, or if you want to check out what other people are working on, because we have a few people who are working on wedding projects right now. So if you want to be kept up to date, just join our Facebook group. It's the Hobbii live streaming community. But yeah, I wanted to show that, and then we can keep going with the slideshow because there were still a few more pictures in there that I wanted to share with you all. This is what I love about this community, and this is also what I've been loving about this giveaway. It's been seeing also kind of people posting updates on their projects and keeping everyone informed on what they're working on and helping each other out. So it's been really, really lovely to witness all of you doing this. I can also see there's a lot of positive feedback on YouTube as well, Amy. So more congratulations and compliments on your beautiful bouquet. Such a special project. And this one, for instance, so Deborah posted that she was working on this hat and struggling with it, and then someone else who may or may not have also been called Deborah, if my memory serves correctly, actually made the same hat just to help out with the post.
Nice.
So to help out with it, and so I was like, oh, I'm just going to try it out and see how it works up for me, and then was able to comment and say, oh yeah, actually I've now done the project and I have the exact same issue as you. So that was also very, very lovely to see. I think I included both of them in the slideshow. We'll see.
Whoa.
So yeah, very, very cool, very, very lovely projects, and just all around amazing to see everyone. This one I also really loved. Lisa made a little witch for her kitchen. A little kitchen witch.
Very nice. She's flying to Germany.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Could be.
Which is like the lore, right?
That the witches fly.
Yeah.
But they do that April 30th. So.
Is there a spine?
Yeah, that is a spine indeed that
Wow.
Mia made, which I also thought looked so cool.
Is it like a Halloween decoration? I suppose so.
I don't know. I don't think she specified. I think she just said it's a spine. And it's quite,
That's amazing.
it's very anatomically correct looking to me, who has not studied medicine in any way, shape, or form.
Very cool.
But this was some of the gorgeous, gorgeous projects shared by you guys this week. And now it is time to find our first winner of the night. And we're going to first draw a winner who will receive a $25 or equivalent in your currency gift card. I have, like I said, printed out, well, I've written down all the names of people who've posted, and I've actually included everyone who posted in the last 2 weeks, so last week and this week, just to make sure that in case I missed a post from last week, it was included. And so I've just made sure that everyone's been included. And like I said, if I didn't put you in the slideshow, I did try to remember to like your post. Sometimes I didn't. Also, some people post multiples, and then I've already liked one post, so then I don't like the others. But sometimes I do like the others, and sometimes I like and put it in the slideshow. I am just very inconsistent, basically. But we're going to draw our first winner now amongst all of you who participated, and thank you so much for doing so. I'm going to close my eyes, not say stop.
Stop.
Okay, I had multiple in my hand. This should just be one. And congratulations to our first winner, and it is Jax. Jax Walkie, congratulations. Woo! You are winner numero uno. You can look forward to receiving a $25 or equivalent in your currency gift card. And all you got to do, Jax, is send an email to live@hobbii.com. Jax, please email us to live@hobbii.com. If you won in a previous week and you've emailed us to that email address, ooh, cool. So Mia is working on a whole skeleton, actually. Very cool.
Halloween.
Very cool. And hopefully it's going to be finished for Halloween.
In 2 days.
So Jax, please email us to live@hobbii.com. And also, if you were a winner from last week and you've emailed, because Matt was off running his half marathon, I think the cutoff line that you responded to emails was probably on Thursday.
Yeah.
So if you emailed after Thursday, we'll make sure to get you your code this week. We apologize for the delay.
Exactly.
But, you know, sometimes the guy's got to run.
So, yeah.
We're now going to draw our second winner of the night, also from the group giveaway, and you will receive a golden ticket, so a 15% off coupon for everything on our website. That's valid for a month. It's a single-use coupon. So if you want to enjoy that, or I hope you'll enjoy that, and our lucky winner is going to be, there's so many names in here because it's 2 weeks worth. It's going to be Lee Farrar. Lee, congratulations! You are winner number 2, numero dos. You will receive a golden ticket worth 15% off for one purchase on our website. So Lee and Jax, congratulations to both of you, and thank you so much for participating on our giveaway. Please send an email to live@hobbii.com, and please make sure to include where it is that you are shopping from, because we need to make sure that your code, gift card, or coupon respectively are actually valid for the store that you are shopping in. So congratulations! Someone is asking if the total in the cart needs to only be current yarns from the selection. So no. So to reach the 150 threshold, you can actually include other yarns. It's just good to know that our Happy 40 and Happy 50 do not work well with other yarns that have a bulk discount, because the system recognizes that as a discount. So you will lose the bulk discount if it applies on any yarns, including the ones from the selection. There you get an extra discount though. So just be aware of that and just make sure that you purchase in a way that is the best deal to you. Our checkout normally automatically calculates that. And of course, if you include any yarns from our sale, those already have a discount applied. That works fine, no problem. It's a little bit of a weird thing because essentially a sales price is not counted the same as a discount in our system. So if you get some stuff from the Black Friday sale and then you get stuff from our selection, that works together, no problem. I hope that makes sense. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat moving forward so that I can answer those questions. But I think this intro has already gone way too long. Let's talk yarn, because we've 16 yarns today. And I'm meeting my parents for dinner after this. So I actually need to get through this in a timely manner. So let's go and let's start. The first 2 yarns I've got for you are chenille yarns. And we've got a lovely combo here because we've got our gorgeous Honey Bunny and Honey Bunny Candy. Both of these chenille yarns, both of them 100% polyester. Both of them 130 yardage. And a recommended hook or needle size that starts at a 6mm and can go all the way up to an 8 or 9, depending on the project that you are working on. For amigurumi, for anything that's a stuffed plush toy, I would always recommend going quite low in hook or needle size, just to make sure that your stitches are super tight, because super tight stitches means that the filling won't come out so easily. So these yarns are all classic chenille yarns. You have a very thin thread in the center here, and then it has these fibers sticking out in all directions, giving it this plushy kind of velour, velvety texture at the top. This is regular Honey Bunny, and then Honey Bunny Candy. You can immediately see where that name's coming from. Honey Bunny Candy is the same base yarn, it just has this little neon thread wrapped around it with these little nubs made from polyamide. The cool thing is, on the yarn like this, you can kind of still see the thread poking out, right? Occasionally, because it's kind of just wrapped around. But as you work up the yarn, the tension means that that thread almost entirely sinks into the fiber, so you're left with just these little neon nubbins for this confetti style look that just makes all your projects really, really funky and fun. A really lovely, lovely yarn to work with, and a really cool effect to have. I can see the question on the chat, if it breaks easily. And to that I'll say, it breaks about the same as any chenille yarn. It is a little bit, well, I don't want to say dainty, because I've never had problems with it breaking, even though I have quite high tension, but I've also always been quite careful. I'm trying to see if I can find the starting thread on one of these, because I don't want to just rip one from the center. But you can, if you put a bit of force behind it and rip, it will rip. So yes, but no, not if you work with it normally. If you work with it normally, it's not super breakable. It will fluff a little bit when you're first working with it. That usually goes away when you're done and you've kind of washed your project for the first time, so then it doesn't really fluff that much anymore. And it is machine washable at medium temperature, so quite nice, easy to take care of. Both of these come in a lovely, bright, vibrant color palette. You've got everything you need for both animal amigurumi for just creative expression, and you're of course not limited to that in how you apply this yarn. You can use this to make gorgeous gorgeous home decor is where I was going. My brain was trying to say, well, what is the kind of blankets and cushions? What is the like top common denominator there? So you can kind of use it for these kinds of homeware accessories. You can also make clothing out of this. You can make cute fuzzy bags. You can make, of course, any kind of plushy toy, etc. Very, very lovely for those things. Nice and soft, feels great on the skin, and just very fun to work with. I do have a few gorgeous projects by you guys that I want to share with you to show you how you can use this yarn and what gorgeous projects you can make with it. Starting with this little gingerbread man made by Faye, and the whole time I was looking at it, my brain just went, do you know the Muffin Man?
Classic.
Also, Rachel made this cute little raven, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous.
Or is it a bunny?
No, I'm pretty sure that's a bird.
No, it's
because like of that, because of that optical illusion thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's a cool. Is that a blanket?
Yeah, that is a blanket. That's a kind of hippie style blanket done by Kyle. Very cool. Very nice. And then Blaze made Zero from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, it's been so long since I saw it. I don't know.
I was side-eyeing Matt so hard to see if he's seen The Nightmare Before Christmas or not.
I don't remember it.
Oh, you should watch it again. It's a perfect Halloween movie.
It's Halloween.
But yeah, so some amazing projects. So you can see from decor to plushies to clothing. Everything is possible if you're a honey bunny. There you are. Is this not the cutest? Hello, I am Honey Bunny. And with code HAPPY40, you can actually save 40% off today on me. And me. This is even cuter. And if you make a big order, if your order total is above 150, you can use HAPPY50 and you can get me at 50% off. Treat yourself. That was my little... Thank you. That's how the honey bunnies speak. So those are the first two yarns of the night. Honey Bunny and Honey Bunny Candy. I hope you enjoy. 40% off with code HAPPY40.
You know what?
50% off with code HAPPY50.
We need to make a little theater piece with all the logos of our yarns, and you can voice them and do little like scenes.
Matt,
that'd be cool.
I will do it one day. Oh, Susan is saying what yarn weight? This is a super bulky. This is a super bulky yarn. So nice and chunky. Although I would say it fits more in the kind of bulky category, if in my opinion. It's classed as super bulky. I would maybe class it as bulky personally. But anywhere between a 6mm to 10mm hook or needle, depending on what kind of project you're making. So it's a little bit different. Kristen is asking who our first golden ticket winner was. It was Lee Farrar. I hope that is how your name is pronounced. Or Lee Farrar could also be. And Jax was our first $25 gift card winner. Now, I've got another amazing yarn for you. This one for anyone who's into a cotton blend. Ooh, someone was asking if you could make a rug out of Honey Bunny. And I know one of my friends made a bath mat out of it, and that worked really well. So bath mat, yes, definitely. One thing I will say is it is going to be super slippery on your floor, so make sure that you get one of those no-slip mats or you glue it down if you're using it as a rug, because it'd be awful if you step out of bed and then just go flying on your rug. So, but I would say yes, because I know that my friend made a bath mat out of it, and a bath mat is basically a rug, right, just for one specific room. Shiloh's asking if we're doing a yarn basket giveaway today. We are not. Today we are doing a few extra golden tickets instead. And we've got our next beautiful yarn, which is a Twister Solid. Twister Solid, a beautiful blend, 55% cotton, 45% acrylic. It is very nice and soft. It has a very nice structure that is both gonna be really, really nice and soft, really nice and breezy, but also it's going to drape very nicely when worked up. So a really lovely option for anything that you want to have nice drape to it, whether that is a shawl, whether that is a nice top or a dress or a skirt. Those kinds of projects are all perfectly doable with our Twister Solid. It runs for 437 yards per skein, and it's a fine yarn weight or sport weight with a recommended hook or needle size of a 3 to 4.5 millimeters. It is machine washable at medium temperature, so super easy to take care of, and I'll show you a little close-up of it right here. So Twister Solid comes in a range of really lovely colors. It's all solid colored yarn, hence the name. Is a perfect companion to our yarn twister, which is not part of today's selection, but is on sale in the Black Friday sale. So you can also grab that yarn at a great discount right now, or at a great sales price. And you've got your little easy start tabs to help you find the center pole easily, except on these skeins where it's not marked. So Matt's going to show you the color palette. And as you can see, loads of really nice, vibrant color options there. Really, really fun. Perfect to make your own gradients if you want to work on a gradient, or just make any lovely color work projects. Ali is saying, I didn't receive my giveaway prize from last week. You don't have to worry about sending another email just yet, because it may have just been that you sent it right after Matt got done going through it, and because he was running a half marathon, and I frankly forgot that I could also have checked the inbox, so that was my fault. So therefore, we checked the inbox quite early last week, so if you haven't heard from us yet, we'll make sure to get to it ASAP, so don't worry about it. If you haven't heard by the end of this week, so if by the end of this week you still haven't heard anything, then don't worry about it, send another email, we'll get to it, definitely. So, this is Twister Solid, and if you're looking for an idea on what to make with it, you can, for instance, crochet this incredible Hooked on You scarf. It is a magnificent project. It is so detailed, so cool, so well designed. I will not be able to make it, I'll be very, very honest, but it allows you to write a message in mosaic. And it says hooked on the example, or yeah, it does. I was like, I think it says hooked on you. But I guess you could make an anagram of that.
I suppose, yeah.
Or write something else.
Yeah. Well, why not?
I'm like, what else can you spell with the letters from Hooked on You? That's a lot of O's you need to get out of there. But there you have Hooked on You, spelled out in yarn.
Is this a type of pattern or project that you would do just to test yourself, you know? Just to see if you could do it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's definitely, I think, a challenge. It's going to require a lot of attention to detail, but then it's also really cool because you can make it say anything. You could also make a fan scarf for someone who's into like a sport. So if you're into football, that would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
So that was the Hooked on You scarf. I also included this adorable knit pattern for a little collar. When I was looking at it today, one of my colleagues actually said, "Ooh, I have that on my to-do list. I want to make one for my daughter." And I hope she will, because I think it's a really, really cute little detail. This is the Old Shale Mini Collar. So Old Shale Mini Collar. And all of these patterns have been linked on our landing page, which is linked in the pinned comment here in the chat on both YouTube and Facebook. It's also linked in the video description on both Facebook and YouTube. And on Instagram and Facebook, you should also receive a message with the link to it if you comment Happy 40 or Happy 50, or on Facebook, actually any comment should trigger a follow-up message sent to you. Some of them don't get sent out straight away, but you should be getting a message. Also, if you've joined us on any previous live stream, the landing page has been the same since July. So any stream since July, you can just use the link from that stream. It's still going to take you to the same page. This Ruth on the chat is very, very encouraging and is saying mosaic crochet is actually easier than it looks. I've seen Ruth has also posted a lot of very gorgeous projects in our live streaming community group. So I take her word for it because I know she has actually, you know, walked the walk, so she can also talk the talk. So I trust her judgment on this. So if you've been thinking of giving mosaic a try, let, you know, trust Ruth.
Trust Ruth. Hashtag.
So this was Twister Solid, which is 40% off if you use our code HAPPY40 and 50% off if you use our code HAPPY50. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous 55% cotton, 45% acrylic blend, perfect for all sorts of cute accessories and clothing patterns. From there, we're actually moving to another yarn that you could also use to make gorgeous, gorgeous shawls and clothing out of. This time with a little bit of a color change and with a little bit of glitter. That's right, we've also got Universe for you today. Universe is for all those of you who love a little bit of glitter, who love a little pop of color. It is an acrylic yarn, and as you can see maybe, it is it's a one single ply thread, and it's very, very loosely spun. So it's very, very bouncy and voluminous, has a lot of fluffy texture to it. And then the polyester glitter thread is just wrapped around it, kind of keeping it together and making sure that every stitch has a little bit of shine to it or shimmer to it. The color change is very nice and gentle, and it's a lot of different colors blended out very nicely. All of these colorways are inspired by sort of cosmic and celestial designs, and so you get this kind of nebula almost effect. It's going to give you very lovely gentle stripes and very gentle color changes. The color of the glitter thread is different depending on the main color of the yarn. So it's on this one, for instance, you can see it's this kind of bronzy orangey shade. On the one I showed you before, this, by the way, color 20, my personal favorite color of this yarn, has a gold thread, and so it's always matched to give a very nice harmonious vibe with the colors. If you're into more monochromatic colors, Universe has options there. If you want something that's just different shades of blue or just black and white or just reds or just oranges, you've got options there. If you would like something that has both those super soft color changes but also a little bit of pow, then you've got loads of very, very nice options there as well. So there's a little bit for everyone. It is a fingering or sock weight yarn with a recommended hook or needle size of 3 to 4 millimeters, and you get just over 500 yards on one of these. So just 2 of them will give you a delightful shawl, for instance. I do have some example projects which also show the color change very nicely. So this first one is a crochet project. It's a crocheted shawl. This is the Universe shawl. So it's just Universe shawl, and it's a lovely intermediate level crochet pattern, and you can see how the color change looks on those example pictures. So it's going to give you a better idea of what I mean when I say that the color change is blended out very nicely. Crafts by Effie is asking a very good question, and that is if the glitter is very itchy. So one thing that I love about the texture of Universe is that because the main thread is so soft and bouncy and very, very loosely spun, the glitter thread kind of sinks into it a little bit. You can still feel it when you touch it, but it is a lot less noticeable when touching it than in some other yarn variations. So I'm not saying you will not notice it at all, but it's definitely a little more subtle, and therefore also, depending on how sensitive you are, not as scratchy. Sadly, it's always extremely subjective, and I will be very, very honest here and say that I am not sensitive at all when it comes. I have worn sort of pharaoh wool products directly on my skin. And I mean, was it super, super soft? No, but it also didn't itch too badly. So I'm always really bad at judging how bad it could be for someone who has more sensitive skin. But one thing is that this texture kind of ensures that it sinks in at least a little bit. So it has a really nice, still quite smooth surface, despite the glitter thread. Ruth is saying the same thing. Once it's worked up, the glitter sinks in a bit. And Ellie is also saying it's not that scratchy. So thank you guys so much for your insights there, because I always like to sort of, you know, sample a few opinions there, because I know that to me this is 0% itchy, but I'm also not maybe the average when it comes to that.
For me, it also, like, you kind of gotta push it against the skin before you feel it that much.
Yeah, which you wouldn't do with a normal project that you're just wearing on your skin, unless it's sort of, you know, caught in between things.
Yeah.
We do have one more gorgeous pattern to show you. It's this super cute sweater. This is the Sparkling Rainbow Jumper, which is another intermediate level crochet project. And this one can be adjusted for size between sizes extra small and 4XL. So it is very, very versatile in what size you want to make it. Another great thing about Universe is that it is machine washable at low temperature, so you can also take care of your projects quite easily. Heidi is saying, I'm kind of sensitive and it doesn't bother me. Thank you very much for sharing. So now you've gotten a few opinions from people who are not just me. And Emily is saying, I'm very sensitive. I crocheted a shawl with Universe, and you can feel the glitter thread a little bit on the skin. Okay, so that is where we're at. Someone asked for the colorway. So this one was 30, and the one I showed you before was 20. So these are the two that I have in the studio. We do have, I will say, a slightly more limited color palette in the studio today for a lot of the yarns, and we also just have some of the yarns we don't have at all. That is because we've been dealing with a little bit of a moth infestation. It's only hit one yarn so far, but before we're completely clear that the studio is completely safe, we are not bringing any yarns that haven't already been in the studio in here to try and contain it.
Should we show them the shelf it happened on? Here we go. I'm just gonna zoom in. And this...
Yeah, this back there. Back there. Some of you may remember there used to be a basket sitting there. Yeah. And Jaya put that basket in a bin and then also briefly considered setting it on fire. So yeah. Diane is asking if the tariffs are still impacting orders. Yes, they are. There's been no change in the tariffs, so... Yeah, that is still ongoing. The good thing is you will see what the tariffs are at checkout, so there are no hidden fees. So it's not like you'll order and then 3 weeks later you're going to get a letter telling you how much to pay. So you will be able to see at checkout how much it is, and then of course decide based on that if you would like to order or how much you would like to order. But at least it's kind of that. And Savannah saying, oh my god, not the moth. That was our reaction as well. And so we're in the middle of going through the whole studio, cleaning everything, quarantining the yarns. But yeah, that's why for some of the yarns today we have a slightly more limited palette, because we're essentially trying to reuse the yarns that are already in here as much as possible so we don't have to bring any more in. I know a lot of you are very, very shocked by that, as were we. Right, but let's talk about some more enjoyable things. And what could be more enjoyable than a giveaway?
Oh, nothing.
So, as I said, we're doing a total of 8 giveaways, and we've only done 2 so far, so we need to get to it. And we are now doing giveaway number 3 of the day, and the winner will be picked at random from the chat, and you can participate on Facebook and on YouTube. All you need to do to participate is just type a secret code word in the chat, and it is written above me right here. It is #giveaway, spelled exactly as it is written up here. And we're giving away a gift card worth $25 to one lucky winner. So make sure to type #giveaway in the chat now for a chance to win a $25 or equivalent in your currency giveaway. I can see 90 of you already have, so just make sure you type #giveaway. Don't worry if you don't see your picture there, because yeah, you can see the number jumping quite a lot in between the pictures being updated. We have, because in the past we had people worried about it, and so we actually checked and we found out that nope, your picture does not need to show up there in order for you to win the giveaway. Fingers are crossed for all of you, and as I said, you can participate on Facebook and on YouTube. Sadly, we don't have a way of picking from the Instagram chat, but everyone else, make sure to type #giveaway in the chat right now. Matt just went into the hallway to get the next yarns. We're taking this very seriously. I'm pretty sure we'll have it under control within the next week. It's just been trying to figure out a game plan to make sure that we protect all of our yarns.
They should know that I have no mercy.
Oh, Matt has zero mercy.
Oh.
No.
Gia also doesn't have any. I think she kind of just smacked a couple of them. I think.
She did, as they should be smacked.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence against anyone or anything or any living being, unless it's a moth trying to eat my yarn. Then I have no chill.
Most of the enemy of yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
By
Although,
the way, we've had a couple people say that you have a great shirt on.
Thank you very much. I love it very much. I bought it secondhand. It was
cool.
very cheap. I saw it online and I thought, this has to be mine. And I've been wearing it a lot since then. It's very soft too. We've got our winner, and it's Ruth, who just helped us out with the mosaic information. So Ruth, congratulations! You are winner number 3 today. You will receive a gift card worth $25 or equivalent in your currency, and all you got to do, dear Ruth, is send us an email to live@hobbii.com, and we'll make sure to send out your gift card ASAP. Please do remember, all the winners include where it is that you're shopping from in the email so we can make sure to make the code out to the right store. Congratulations! And don't be sad, everyone else who was not Ruth. We have 5 more giveaways today, so there's still loads more gift cards and coupons up for grabs. I don't know why my brain was supplying the word crabs, and then I was like, nope, it's not up for crabs. That is not the word. I can see a lot of people being very supportive of the no mercy for moths stance, which I agree with. I agree with. No, you are no mercy Matt.
Oh, no mercy Matt. Yeah.
Well, moths quake when they see him coming.
Maybe we should make the Mothman a reality. Now.
Yarn man. Let's talk some more yarn, shall we? If you like the sparkle aspect of Universe, but you also like the fluffiness and lightness and airiness of mohair, then I've got something for you as well. I've got Diablo Glitter. So this is another beautiful glitter yarn. I chose a few, I chose 2 glitter yarns today because, again, I'm kind of thinking toward Christmas time, and people may be making something for the holidays, and a little bit of sparkle, I think, never goes amiss. So this is Diablo Glitter, which is a lace weight yarn. Super light and airy. You've got 220 yards on one of these, or I think it's 224. 224 yards on one of these guys. And you can use this either as an additional thread. So if you're already working with a yarn, let's say you're working maybe with some merino and you want to give it a little bit of extra fluffiness and maybe a little bit of glitter as well, just look no further than beautiful, beautiful Diablo. Or if you want to go the way and use this on its own, you can use single strand, which will give you a super airy and lightweight result. Very, very fluffy and very lovely. Still quite warm, still fluffy and cozy, but mostly very, very nice and airy and light. You can use 2 strands, bulk it up a little. You can use 3 strands, bulk it up even more. If you use 4 strands or more, you're actually going to be working essentially with a bulky yarn on this. So a really cool way to work with these yarns is also to maybe take 2 different colors and build your own little variegated color in there. Loads of cool options, very nice, and it is very soft. It is a mohair blend, and I know that some people are sensitive to mohair. If that is you, you can always just maybe make a little little shawl that you wear on top of a sweater, so it doesn't actually touch your skin. And then you're still in the game. You can still use this. So of course, you know, use it in a way that makes sense and works for you. This is a blend of 37% acrylic, 31% polyamide, and 28% mohair. So the mohair part is also relatively small, and it always has a silver glitter. No, it does not. It has a silver for cool toned, and it has a gold for warm toned base colors. So you can make yourself something nice and sparkly for the holidays.
Louisa.
Oh.
Happy birthday to this moment.
Oh. Who was already there for this? This happened. According to one, I forgot, who was it that posted it in the group? Do you know, Matt?
Oh, yeah, I can find that.
Because, oh, shout out to Heidi, who noticed that it is 4 days ago, this iconic live shopping moment had its first 1 year anniversary.
Iconic.
Who was there for it? Who was there for this? Who remembers this happening? For context,
yeah.
We were toward the end of a stream. I think we were on the second to last yarn.
Yeah, yeah.
And for some reason, Matt decided to not hand me the yarn as he normally would, but to just chuck it while I was looking down, looking at presumably yarn, and just full on hit me in the face with it. And I don't think I ever actually got revenge. I plotted many a time, but then I don't think I ever actually got my revenge.
Yeah, no, I'm too quick.
Or
You couldn't hit me.
maybe I'm playing the long game.
Oh.
And I'm hitting him when he least expects it. There's so many who remember this. It was a very fun moment. I think, made you actually get the video because I wanted a close-up of it hitting my face.
Yeah.
It was just coming out of nowhere, and there's just an amigo coming from the side. Jax is saying, I remember it. Taylor is saying, I was there. Yeah. So that's how it goes sometimes. That is some of the things that happen here at live shopping. But mostly what happens here is some lovely deals. And for this beautiful sparkly mohair blend, this is Diablo glitter that we're talking about right now, I actually have a couple of inspirational patterns for you. The first one is this very simple knitted scrunchie. So it's also a great stash buster project. If you already have some mohair yarn left over, or if you finished with your project that you got the Diablo glitter for and you've just a little bit left, make yourself a cute little scrunchie. It's a cute knitted project for a little festive hair accessory. So there you've got the Reinen scrunchie pattern. Or if you are more into maybe a lovely shawl, we also have this very nice contrast shawl pattern. So you have these two lovely colors in a nice contrasting pattern. It is a very airy and soft and light pattern. It's for intermediate crocheters. You do need to do quite a few color changes and line up your colors nicely. That is the 50/50 shawl. I mean, nice. I can see where the name inspiration came in. If I had to name this, I would also think, yeah, it's a 50/50. So those are just some ideas on what you can make with this lovely yarn, which is Diablo glitter. And it is 40% off today if you use code HAPPY40. Or if you're making a big order, use HAPPY50 for 50% off and maybe make yourself a nice holiday project.
Oh yeah, someone, I think it's Andrea, who's saying that I actually saw a moth and I tried to hit it. And I tried to be a savior of the studio. Yeah.
I love that you came up with that explanation a year later.
Well, you know, sometimes you don't want to take all the honor. Yeah.
I will say, props to Andrea for that for that alibi.
Yeah.
And she's trying to provide for you there. We do have a few more yarns. This next one is actually one that I like suggesting for Christmas presents a little bit. So we've got Rainbow Bamboo. This is a 60% bamboo viscose and 40% cotton blend. We had the question coming up yesterday on Bingo about what viscose is. So first of all, viscose is also known as rayon. So it's two different names for the same base product. And what it is, and this is, I think it's one of my favorite in terms of how it is made or how most interesting yarns. What it is essentially, it's an artificial yarn that is made from a natural resource. It is made from wood pulp, or from wood fibers, which are broken down into wood cellulose. So a renewable resource at the heart of it, but is then processed similar to how an acrylic yarn would also be processed. So basically you break it down to the cellulose and then through chemical processes create these fibers. It was initially made to create a affordable silk alternative. So it has that very lovely, very soft surface and very silky smooth feel to it. Also a tiny bit of shine. Very, very nice. Again, beautiful drape and a little bit of weight to it, so it just falls very prettily if you're turning this into, for instance, a skirt or a dress or something like that. We here in the studio have the old skeins. If you look on the website, you will see that the shape of the skeins has changed actually over time. So this is what they look like now, but we in the studio still have this beautiful yarn, which comes in these little round balls. So we don't have these anymore, but this is what they used to look like. But the yarn is essentially the same. There will be some small colored differences between the old and new batches, but look, you can see kind of how the light hits it and how it has that like little bit of a sheen to it, which very, very characteristic for viscose. It is a...
Sorry, we had a question about if the warehouse is okay for moths.
Oh yeah, so the moth infestation is only here in this studio, so it's one small room in the office that is the problem. That is also why we've put the studio essentially under quarantine. That's why it's a very limited yarns in, no yarns out system right now.
Also, our warehouse
warehouse is also way on the other end of town, and it is also protected much better. We do have some mothballs here, but I don't know if they're like fresh anymore. We do, of course, other departments also on other floors. It's a little bit different, but ever since we've moved into this particular studio, so some of you will remember that we used to be in a different studio way back when. And I think also with the move, it's kind of been our stash is a bit more out in the open, in an area where there's also windows that get opened occasionally, especially during the summer months. We're also much closer to the kitchen. So I think it was kind of like just bad luck. And like I said, we've found a handful of skeins so far that are affected. We haven't found any others, and we've checked already. Pretty much everything in the shelf behind us has already been checked. So we're kind of hoping that it's maybe just limited to that. We do have a really big freezer, so I'm also kind of thinking of maybe just tossing everything in the freezer for like a fortnight to try and help it. But so no, don't worry about your orders or any of the big stashes of yarn. It's just a very small inconvenience here in the studio. But it is the reason that we are currently working with a limited options here for colors, because we're trying to quarantine the yarn essentially. Joanne is saying store it in plastic boxes with lids. That is how our yarn is stored when it's not here in the studio. It's also, I mean, the yarn's out in the open just because it's decorative, but our actual yarn storage is also not in the studio, so I think we're hopefully fine. Back to rainbow bamboo, which also not infected. It is a fine or sport weight yarn with a recommended hook or needle size of 3.5 to 4.5 millimeters. It is machine washable at medium temperature and very suitable not only for clothing, but also for lovely soft projects for babies. So you can make a lovely baby blanket out of this, or a little bib, or a little bonnet. Another thing that I love this for is because the bamboo base material has very nice soft and antibacterial properties. This is great if you want to make maybe little makeup pads or makeup remover pads, or maybe a little washcloths or something like that. So perfect if you're looking for some little Christmas presents. Rainbow bamboo comes in a lot of lovely colors that Matt showed you, and many of you have already used it. And here.
Well, I didn't show actually the color, sorry.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, you only showed the one skein. I thought you showed the colors when you showed the skein.
Yeah.
See, this is how little attention I pay to what Matt does. You know, I always give Matt a little bit of a hard time. He's saying, like, he's not paying attention to what I write in the script or whatever. I am no better than him. I am no better. Matt and I are,
different planets sometimes.
Yeah, we share one single brain cell, and it just kind of hops from one to the other.
Right.
There's only, at any given time between the two of us, only one person is in possession of the brain cell.
And right now I'm using mine to show some pictures.
And Matt is now using it to show some pictures, which I picked out using it earlier. So here are some gorgeous examples of projects that you have uploaded into our user gallery on the webpage. So you can also find them there. Many times the patterns are also included in the caption.
That's
yes,
so cool.
Someone made some really cool little peppers. And I love this photograph. I love that Laura Maria went, no, I'm also photographing these next to real peppers.
It's kind of artistic.
It is very artistic. It's very cute. And then these are the little glasses covers. So these are little bags that you can put your glasses into, which I would need something like that.
Cool.
Although, I mean, I have a nice case, but, you know. Kathleen is saying, I have eczema and the bamboo is very good for my skin. It is really, really lovely and soft. So perfect if you have sensitive skin. This is a yarn I would 100% recommend. If you're looking to make for someone who, yeah, you know, is a little bit sensitive. Rainbow bamboo, hands down, big recommendation. Also, I think a nice little like yarn weight, kind of the fine sport weight. So you can go up to like a 4.5mm crochet hook, which is my sweet spot. Very, very nice. Big recommendation. And you can get a discount right now. 40% off, code happy40, or 50% off, code happy50 if you make a big order.
We are both orange cats.
That we are.
From Federica.
That we are.
Yep.
And Heidi's saying that's me and my co-lead, and she took it on vacation. That is the worst when that happens. It means she's on vacation and locked in.
Yeah.
And Heidi is sitting around worrying. Oh, someone asked for the yardage of a skein. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. It's 275, so it's just a nice little 275 yard skein. We've come to our next little giveaway. If you think, yeah, 40% off the selection is nice, but I would actually prefer to get 15% off a yarn that's already on sale right now, then now is your chance to participate to win a golden ticket. And once again, you need to type our secret code word in the chat on YouTube and Facebook to participate right now. And the secret code word is #HobbiiLive. It is written here above me. Make sure to the lovely giveaway for a golden ticket. That is a 15% off coupon for everything you could ever want from our website. That is including items already on sale, and Black November is coming up. You are getting such good deals.
Someone said
that might happen. Join Matt.
Yeah.
On Thursday, Matt will be in full possession of the brain cell. And he will need it because on Thursday, same time as this stream, you can join him for a lovely trivia quiz. It's on Facebook and on YouTube. You can win some brilliant prizes and have a lovely time with Maddie.
Yeah.
Last week we had to cancel it, sadly.
Sadly, yeah, I got a cold.
Yeah, I felt really bad for Matt because he had already not been feeling so well a few weeks ago. You will remember I stepped in for him. And then he got a cold right before his half marathon.
Woo!
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But
did it.
You did it.
Yeah, got through.
Exactly. So we're now going to find our winner for a golden ticket. That is a 15% off coupon that you can use on our website for the next month. And we've got our winner, and it is Darla Corbin Trevelyan. Congratulations, Darla. I hope you are very, very happy. I hope you're jumping with excitement. We will send you your golden ticket if you send us an email to live@hobbii.com. Please include where it is that you are shopping from, Darla, so we can make sure the code works for you. Congrats! And yeah, the code will be, codes we give out are valid for 30 days, and they are all single use. So, Katerina saying, how did you run a half marathon right after being sick? And my brain is wondering, how did he run a half marathon, period? I'm already impressed by that, let alone doing it sick. Right. Oh, the next yarn is the first one that we don't actually have in the studio. I think, yeah, we have two that we don't have in the studio.
I did pick these, so maybe they could look like something if you put the strands together.
I just like, there's a little bit of fluff.
Oh.
Not moth fluff, just other yarn fluff on it, and I briefly was like, no.
Oh, no.
It's not.
No.
It's fine. But yeah, Matt gave me these skeins to show, which I think is a lovely idea, because the next yarn that I have for you, but can't show you in person, which is double shame because it's the first time that we have it on the stream, is our Friends Kid Silk print. That's right. Those of you who love Friends Kid Silk, which is what I'm holding right here, will hopefully also adore Friends Kid Silk print, which comes in a colorway that's very similar to these three held together. Friends Kid Silk print is the Friends Kid Silk brother to my favorite yarn, Diablo Wild print. It is a print yarn with gorgeous, gorgeous, very gentle color blends. So as you can see here, the yarn is made for those of you who just like a little bit of a color variegation on your yarn. So it's not a super bold print look, but a more subtle and soft kind of color modeled look. It is our Friends Kid Silk. It is part of our Friends collection. So the individual colors in the print that you can see here are actually all part of our Friends palette. And there is a little list to show you how they go together. This is super new. This was released, I believe, a little over a month ago. It is a lace weight yarn with a yardage of 218 yards. And it is the same blend as our regular Friends Kid Silk. So 72% mohair, 25% silk, and 3% wool. With a little bit of wool in there. Very lovely. Again, similar to the Diablo that we had earlier. Very nice, soft and silky texture. Very lightweight, very fluffy. So perfect, again, for those of you who either like to blend it with a solid colored yarn, and we have a few coming up that I think will be perfect for that, or if you want to use it on its own, it's going to give you that really lovely gentle print look with kind of low contrast colors. So where the Diablo Wild print is often quite wild, hence its name, this is a gentler version. Oh, Kimberly's asking for the ones we're holding. So this is not part of today's selection. These are just 3 different colors of the Friends Kid Silk because we don't have the Kid Silk print in the studio. So Matt just brought these so I could show you the texture, and you can see it here. So this is again lace weight yarn, and it's a mohair, silk, and wool blend. And the colors I'm holding are 54, 46, and then this light one, I don't actually know because it doesn't have a label. But yeah, just FYI, these 3, not part of today's selection, but a gentle blend of the 3, part of our Friends Kid Silk print, which we have brand new. Tell me everything, someone said. So it's it's a yardage of just under 220 yards. Super, super lightweight. This is like, well, I mean, this is already started, but this super light skein, you get 0.9 ounces weight and a super thin, super fluffy thread. So perfect if you want to make something super soft and airy and just breezy in the wind. We do recommend that you hand wash the yarn, and as with all mohair yarns, if over time it becomes a little flat because, you know, friction and touching things, you can always use a little comb to kind of comb it out a little bit again and make it super fluffy again. That is our Friends Kid Silk print, which is part of today's selection. Brand new yarn, brand new addition to the Friends universe. And the next yarn I have for you is actually also a new addition for the Friends universe. And this one we have in the studio because this is from my personal stash. And I brought it today because I knew that we can't bring any new yarns into the studio. And then I said, I will chance it with my own private yarn stash. This is our Friends Extra Fine Merino XL. So this is the slightly thicker version of our Friends Extra Fine Merino. It's made from 100% merino. It's a 100% merino yarn. Absolutely beautiful. Comes in our customary Friends color palette. And where the regular Friends cotton, which I also have here. So
Friends cotton?
Friends cotton. Friends Extra Fine Merino. So the purple I'm holding, that's the regular Friends Extra Fine Merino, and the blue is the XL. Regular Friends Extra Fine Merino will have a yardage of 180 yards with a recommended hook or needle size of a 3.5 to about 4.5. And then this one, the slightly chunkier version, is gonna have a yardage of 120 yards. And it is going to have a recommended hook or needle size that is between 4 and 5 millimeters. So they do kind of almost overlap in that you can, if you want this is the regular extra fine merino. If you want this to have a slightly looser texture in your stitches, you can use a 4.5 millimeter. And for the extra fine merino XL, if you want a slightly tighter texture or structure, once again, you can use a 4.5. So they're quite close together. They're only about one size apart. So you've got a sport to a DK difference here, basically. Both of them 100% merino, both of them machine washable at medium temperature, both of them incredibly soft, mulesing free, and both of them big, big, big favorites of mine. And we've got both of them today. So if you are more of a fine gal or what's guy or gal? I was like, what's the male version of a gal? Then the extra fine merino is probably your best bet. And if you're like me and you like your yarns a little bit thicker, just that little bit of extra volume, that little bit of extra weight, then the extra fine merino XL should be very exciting to you. Both of these are super soft. Both of these are just delightful for any kind of project that you want to make from merino yarn. Merino is one of my favorite yarns. It is the wool from a merino sheep. So merino sheep are a breed of sheep. And what sets merino wool apart from just regular sheep's wool is that merino wool is essentially the softest sheep's wool there is. That is because the fiber diameter on the individual fibers on these is lower. And the lower the fiber diameter, so the finer the individual fiber, the less friction it causes on your skin, and so therefore the less risk of irritation there is, hence feeling less itchy. It's absolutely gorgeous. So these two are the new Friends Extra Fine Merino XL skeins.
Do they feel the same?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same. It's the same yarn, other than the size. I actually have the same color here.
Actually amazing, because I didn't plan that.
No, you couldn't have, because this is my personal stash,
exactly.
So you wouldn't have known that this is the color that I have. But here you can see them. And you can see, right, the difference isn't that big. But of course, the more you work with it, the bigger your project, the more even a 1 yarn weight difference is going to, of course, be noticeable. So just a lovely addition. This yarn I found out about by accident because I was planning a live stream, and this must have been about a year ago. And I was planning a live stream, and so I went into our website back-end system to look up the extra fine merino because I was going to add it to a page or do something with it. And when you type in the name, it suggests searches, and it kept suggesting the XL. And I was like, we don't have an XL. But if it keeps suggesting it, that means that someone has built a info page for it. And so I reached out to one of our kind of head of yarns productions. I was like, extra fine merino XL when? Tell me. Is this happening? Is this a glitch? Am I hallucinating? I am so excited. And then she wrote back and she was like, yes, it's coming, but it's probably going to be about a year until it actually launches. I don't care. I don't care. I was so excited. And I kept telling everyone. So I be sitting with my friends and crafting, and I'd be using this. This is the regular extra fine merino. And I'd go, do you guys know that we're getting an XL version of this? I was just so excited. But yeah, so
your Christmas.
You can grab the extra fine merino XL or the regular extra fine merino. Both of them are part of today's offer. So treat yourself to some lovely super soft merino yarn. Yvonne is saying merino rules. Absolutely it does. And I did pick some patterns. So these are all for the regular extra fine merino. Because the XL is so new, we don't have any patterns for it yet. But just to give you an idea on the many ways you can use this beautiful yarn, this first one is a gorgeous knit pattern. This is a reversible cowl, and it is called the Dijon cowl. So the same as the mustard, probably based on the mustard color. This is the Dijon cowl, a intermediate level knitting project that you can make And this next one is a lovely, cozy vest that can bring some summer vibes into everything you do. So this is the Tutti Frutti Lemon Vest, an intermediate level knit pattern with this cute little color work lemon detail. This pattern is available in sizes small to large, and it is so cute and so fun and perfect for those of you who, like me, are a little bit nervous about the winter months approaching and their vitamin D deficiency kicking in.
It's funny, as a Dane going down to Valencia, right?
Yeah.
There's like citrus fruit trees all over.
Yeah.
And so there was like limes and
well,
lemons all
to be fair, winter is when they are harvested.
Huh.
So right now is citrus season. So if you, pro tip by the way, if you want to get your hands on super nice citrus fruit, winter months. Now. Okay.
It's
I think it's like November to January, I think normally.
Yeah, they were very green.
Yeah. But they're coming. So it's actually really funny because where we live up here in Denmark, you're not really going to have citrus trees unless they're in a greenhouse maybe. So of course you wouldn't necessarily think that, and because it's a very summery thing to consume, you would think, oh yeah, but yeah, citrus season is actually in the winter months. I learned that because I was looking for a recipe and I needed oranges that where I could use the entire peel, where I could use the entire orange, and it was like July, and I actually went to a proper like vegetable vendor and I said, okay, listen, I'm making this, I need oranges that I can use, you know, peel and everything. And he said, yeah, that's going to be really difficult because even if you buy the ecological ones, they're free from pesticides, but their surface is still going to be waxed and they're not in season right now, so they are going to be older, and so they're preserved, and therefore if you really want the if you really want some like completely untreated oranges, the only time I offer them is December to February, which is when they're coming straight from Spain or straight from the Mediterranean. I was like,
interesting.
You learn something new every day, and that is one of those things, you know, that happened once, and this happened probably 10 years ago, but I have that conversation so in my head that it's like an irrevocable fact in my mind, is that that particular vendor can only get me unwaxed oranges those 3 months of the year when they're fresh from Spain. And I was like, oh, interesting. Now I know.
That makes sense. Yeah, we only have pine
The more
cones.
I know. Yeah, Winnie's also saying my lemons ripen in December, and then someone else said that February and March is the best. January to March is the best time for sumo oranges, said Katrina. See? But it's really interesting. And of course, this is also, again, Europe specific, right? Because then I guess in the US, you have a very different climate across the continent. So there, it might also be different. Yeah. I also saw someone ask a very good question, which is about the difference between the extra fine merino as compared to our new merino care. I actually, some of you saw in the group that I ordered some yarn, and I haven't said yet what I did, but I ordered some merino care. And it's a mercerized yarn, so because I already had this at home, so I was like, but I need more merino, and I was like, oh, we have the new merino care, I'll order some of that. It's a mercerized merino, so it is treated, mercerization, we're actually going to get to that soon because we have a mercerized cotton today, but it is a treatment to kind of seal in the fibers to give it a little more of a super soft and smooth finish, so and also a little bit of sheen. I would say in terms of softness, they're both very close to each other. So in terms of softness, I wouldn't actually just now be able to say which one is softer. I just know the merino care is just a little bit smoother on the surface and just a little bit shinier, whereas this one is still very nice and soft. So both of them are gorgeous. But that's the main difference, and also the color palette. So this is part of our Friends line, meaning that the color aligns with all of our other Friends yarns, whereas the merino care is its own yarn line. Now people are talking about their favorite citrus fruits, which is going to distract me so much because I also really like citrus fruits. We do have one more gorgeous pattern that I wanted to show you. This is a knit sweater. This is the Tinseltown sweater. I mostly picked it because I really like the name. I think Tinseltown sounds very festive and seasonally appropriate, and this pattern can be made in sizes extra small to 4XL. This is the Tinseltown sweater, which uses a thin glitter strand in addition to the merino and some kit silk. So
nice.
You could probably make it actually using the merino blended with the Diablo glitter instead of using multiple strands of it. And Ruth is saying, my eldest was asking why oranges are waxed about 3 hours ago. Yeah, it's for preservation purposes. And so, yeah, unless they're super fresh, they're gonna be waxed. Even if they're bio. That's why a lot of times if you see them in the supermarket and it says, like, you can consume the peel, that's kind of special. Yeah. Which, good to know, the more you know. My bangs are not cooperating today. They can't decide if they want to stick to the side or if they want to kind of fall in, but then they're very kind of segmented. Anyway.
We do have a lucky winner coming up.
We do have a lucky winner coming up. We do have another giveaway coming up. So this was the Extra Fine Merinos. Get them. You will not regret it. And we're now going to find another lucky winner. And this time it is our giveaway number 5 for another gift card worth 25 monies, or, well, $25 or the equivalent of that in your currency. So type our code word, hashtag #HobbieLive, in the chat right now. Did you forget to change it?
Yeah.
Hashtag #HobbieLive in the chat now for a chance to win a gift card worth 25 monies, $25 or equivalent in your currency. So hashtag #HobbieLive, you've got 30 seconds. No, wait, I can't give you these. These are mine. I'm giving you these.
Thank you.
Like, I was saying to Matt earlier, I was like, I have to remember that these skeins are mine and they are going home with me. They are not staying here. They're definitely not staying here.
Not here.
I can see loads of #HobbieLive on the chat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Now I realize that if I had continued with that noise, I would have had to make a very long, continued rocket launch noise, and I'm glad I didn't. Glad I made the creative choice not to do that. We're gonna pick our winner, and this is for a gift card worth $25, and it is Carol Miles Lane. Congrats to receiving your gift card of $25 or equivalent in your currency if you send us an email to live@hobbie.com, and make sure to include which country it is that you are shopping from so we can make sure that the gift card works for you. Congrats, Carol. We've got 3 more giveaways coming up. We've got 1 more golden ticket, another gift card, and another golden ticket. Woo woo! And we have loads more yarns coming up, and a dinner reservation that I need to get to. So let's get crack-a-lackin'. The next 2 yarns, this next one I already teasered earlier because I said we have a mercerized cotton today. To be exact, we have the mercerized cotton today. It is our Friends Cotton 8-4 mercerized. So this is, again, similar to the merino, part of our Friends line, and similar to the Kit Silk, or Kit Silk print. These yarn names are getting long.
Yeah.
On this yarn, it's a sock or fingering weight. It's a 4-ply cotton yarn. 8-4 means it's 4 plies of a size 8 cotton. This is 175 yards with a recommended hook or needle size of a 2.5 to 3.5, and it is not just a gorgeous cotton, but this is mercerized. And so as you can see, it has a little bit of that sheen to it. Mercerization is a treatment which seals the surface fibers of a yarn, giving them that luxurious shine and also making colors pop a lot more, which is why when you see them in comparison, mercerized cotton yarns usually look very, very vibrant. They're very fun to work with. One great thing is that the mercerization process also means that they are even less likely to pill, so you are going to have a lot of fun working with this yarn. You don't have to worry about any yarn fluff. Makes it very suitable for projects for babies as well. I know that a lot of people who make projects for newborns or make projects for preterm babies use mercerized cotton for those as a great option. You can see the color palette there. You can see how much these colors pop. And it is not just super soft, but also super durable, breathable, and easy to take care of yarn, which is machine washable. You can even wash this at high temperature. Just be advised, the colors may fade a little bit faster, so if you want to preserve the colors, medium temperature is the sweet spot. We've got some lovely projects you can make with this. the first one is this cute little bag. This is the Vitreous Puff Stitch bag, which, as you can see, uses quite a few strands of the yarn held together to make it a nice bulky yarn. So you're going to have a nice bulky yarn, still a lot of softness from the mercerized surface, and it's a beginner-friendly crochet pattern with these cute little puff stitch details. The Vitreous Puff Stitch bag, which is a free pattern. If you're already looking for some cute little Christmas decor, can I interest you in some disco decor? This is the Disco Christmas Ornaments pattern, which is a pattern for these 4 little disco-inspired ornaments. Whether you're making a cute little light ball, whether you're making some roller skates, whether you are making a vinyl record or a little cassette, all of these are possible with the gorgeous, gorgeous Disco Christmas Ornaments pattern. Very fun, definitely my vibe for a Christmas decoration, and I hope that you enjoy it as well. And someone was asking if you could combine the mercerized cotton with your regular Friends cotton, and you absolutely can. You will see a difference. So the surface of this is going to look a little shinier, a little smoother, a little more vibrant, but you can use that also for a cool effect. So imagine, for instance, using a regular Friends cotton in white, which is going to just be a little bit more dampened and just a little bit more matte finish. It's going to have a little bit more of a matte finish. And then just adding some effects with this, which is going to be a little bit shinier, but also because it's the color, it's going to be brighter, so it's going to pop a little bit more. Definitely see that working. Or also if you want to use this in combination with some other shades of blue, for instance. I mean, I'm holding blue, that's why I'm using that as an example, but of course, depending on what you already have in your stash, you know, think of it. And then it's just, not only is it a different color, but it's also popping a little bit differently just due to the slightly different surface. So you can definitely combine them. In terms of weight, in terms of all of those things, they're identical. So they're both the 4-ply cotton. So they're going to look great together.
I see what you did there.
With the disco? Glad you noticed. So if you really like those disco ornaments and you would like to carry that forward into your life, I have another yarn suggestion for you. This is Dancing Queen. Dancing Queen, young and sweet, limited edition yarn. It is a super fun t-shirt style yarn. So it's kind of like a t-shirt yarn. It's made from a polyester textile ribbon. So this is what it looks like if you kind of unravel it. You get this material that reminds me of sort of a gymnastics outfit or leotard that I had when I was a child in the 90s. So it's this really fun, funky yarn. It has this kind of leathery coated surface and it is nice and bulky. You want to use a 7 to 9 millimeter hook or needle when working this up. You can make very fun, funky bags out of this. I know one of our colleagues made a little cover for her Kindle out of this. Any kind of accessory, this I think is super fun to use. On a previous live stream ages ago, Jaya and I tested it, and it is, I will say, an interesting experience working with this if you, like me, are just grab the first hook you find in the right size and then end up working with a wooden hook. If you have sensory issues or if you don't like certain sounds, use an aluminum hook with this or needle, because any other material is gonna make some sounds because it is that kind of smooth but also a little bit tacky surface. So just be aware of that.
When you said when you are like me and you do this with the yarn,
yeah,
I immediately thought, or if you're like Jay and you set fire to it, then
no, don't set fire to this. This is gonna melt. This is polyester. This is just gonna melt.
Yep, don't do it.
And it is also very sad to do that because look at it. It's so shiny and funky. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea, but I think if you like that kind of really funky, shiny, disco, maximalist aesthetic, you can definitely make some really cool projects out of this. Ruth is saying so squeaky. I remember. Yeah, it really does kind of squeak a little bit when you work it up. So I think the smoother your hook, the better. So I would recommend an aluminum hook for this, just based on personal preference. One of these runs you 60 yards. It is extra bulky, so it's nice and thick, and it doesn't really, like, it comes kind of folded in like so. So I unrolled this just to show you. As you're working with it, be a little bit careful, but it doesn't, unless you've already started unrolling it like I have, it kind of sticks together quite nicely as you work it up, actually. And I have picked 2 super cool projects to show you what it looks like used up, because 2 of you have already made really cool bags out of this yarn. So Megan actually matched the bag to her heels, which I loved. So she has the red sparkly heels with the wooden sole, and then she used wooden handles for her bag to give it that cool. little coordination. And then also Kirsty Lee made this super cute clutch out of it, which I also really, really love. I think both of those look super chic. So someone's saying the sound of JR squishing it made me cringe. Yeah, if you're not a big squeak yarn fan, or if you have certain sounds just, give a shiver down your back, maybe wear headphones while you work with this. There's always a workaround. Like, don't let that stop you from maximizing your creative potential. Just, be aware that this might be an issue with this yarn, and then find a great workaround. Joanne says, I've used fabric like this when I was studying fashion design. Ooh, I imagine you made some really cool designs. I would be super interested in seeing that. I'm currently looking for a shirt in kind of a similar fabric, because we're going to have a big Hobbii New Year's party. It's in January, but so there's still a way to go. But I'm on the party planning committee, because I love planning a party. And I actually suggested a theme, and I didn't think it was going to get picked, but it got picked. So it's going to be a space-themed party. And so my idea is to wear something that kind of has like this kind of surface, or maybe a shirt or something. We'll see. I'll keep you posted on my outfit for that party. But Dancing Queen could be used for that. And if you also love a little bit of Dancing Queen, it is 40% off with our code HAPPY40 today. Or if you're making a big order, 50% off with our code HAPPY50. And if you want to treat yourself a little bit more, even more than that, we've now got our next giveaway coming up. And this one is going to be for another golden ticket.
Golden ticket!
Golden ticket! So for a golden ticket that is a 15% off on everything on the website, including items already on sale, you can now grab it if you type hashtag Hobbii Live in the chat. Hashtag Hobbii Live for your golden ticket. And while we prepare for that, I'm gonna grab the next yarns, because the next yarn I actually also don't have in the studio. So I might actually just quickly, while the giveaway is running, I know I'm now multitasking, but I'm just quickly gonna announce the next yarn, because since we don't have it in the studio, I can't show it to you anyway. But what we have for you is our Coriandoli. And Coriandoli is a really cool yarn, actually. It's tubular. Those of you who joined bingo yesterday will know. It's a 52% wool, 48% acrylic blend. It is nice and bulky, and it has a lovely confetti style color effect. So the yarn is solid colored and then spotted, so there's little flecks of color on it, which when worked up make it look like you just took some confetti and you threw it in the air on top of the yarn. We'll show you some pictures in just a sec. We're going to pick our next winner first, and then I'm going to show you some pictures on the website and some ideas on what to make with Coriandoli as well. Sadly, we don't have it in the studio, so can't show you there. And our winner is Diana Tan 2514. Congratulations, Diana. You are winner number 6 today. We've got 2 more giveaways coming up for you, and Diana Tan, congratulations. You are the lucky winner of a golden ticket. You will receive a 15% coupon on anything on the website, including items already on sale, which, use it on top of our Black Friday sales. It's going to be great. Diana, congrats. Please send us an email to live@hobbii.com to redeem your coupon. Woo woo! Woo! Ruth is saying, I love the look of Coriandoli, as do I. And yes, Amanda, it is totally tubular. That was a thing yesterday on bingo.
Oh.
Because we had a lot of tube yarns, a lot of like chainette yarns.
I see.
And every single time Regina was describing it as tubular, and all the 90s and 80s kids had a field day with it. They were all like, or anyone who likes that kind of...
Yeah. Perfect.
Had a big laugh about it.
Did you do Will It Flat?
No, we didn't do Will It Flat.
Oh.
We just talked about how tubular it is.
Oh. Will It Flat?
But let's look at the colors for Coriandoli, because I've only teased them so far. So this is a nice chunky yarn. You're going to use a 6 to 7 millimeter hook or needle, and it already looks gorgeous in the skein, but it looks even better when used up. And I've picked some of your projects to show what it looks like when you work with it. So this first one's by Olena, and it's this cute waffle stitch project, and we actually have a pattern that is a waffle stitch blanket. And then Jody made this gorgeous sweater out of Coriandoli, and I do believe that Jody also has the pattern for that up on our webpage. These are plus patterns. And finally, Amy made this cute hat. I cropped the picture in a very awkward angle so you don't see that it's a hat at the bottom. But here you have some ideas of what the yarn looks like. And I would say very much some confetti thrown in the air is the best way I would describe it. As it is a wool and acrylic blend, it is nice and warm and nice and cozy. It is going to keep you nice and warm. And it isn't too rough on sensitive skin. The acrylic is a very nice soft addition. And it is totes tubular, so it's going to give you a very lovely even structure when you work it up. Sadly, we don't have it in the studio, but that means it's also protected from Mothman in here. So moving on to our next yarn, because if you liked the colors of our totes tubular yarn of Coriandoli, you're also going to love Silly Socks and Silly Socks Flower Pop. These are 2 sock yarns. They are a sock or fingering weight 4-ply sock yarn. This is a classic sock blend. You get 75% wool, you get 25% polyamide. It is perfect to use for cozy, nice, socky projects or other projects. This wants you to use a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter hook or needle. 1 skein, 437 yards of yarn. 1 skein is enough for sort of a medium-sized pair of socks. So anything that's up to, I think, a US 10, we found out, you could use 1 skein. If you want to make bigger socks, then get a second skein. Or if you want to, mix and match the colors.
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
US 8.5. Yes, that's right, because I'm a US 10. I'm a US 10, and I would not be able to make a pair of socks with one of these skeins because I have big feet. I guess big feet for a girl. Not that big. Also, they're proportionate to my body. I used to as a teenager, or like as a young teen, I was very self-conscious about having very large feet, and then I grew to be 5'9", so now I'm kind of like, well, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, you grew into them.
I grew into them, exactly. Di is saying it's giving paint splatter. That's actually also a really good description for I would say both. For also the skeins of Silly Socks have a similar vibe. You actually get both the Silly Socks and the Silly Socks Flower Pop. That's why Matt showed you 2 different color palettes. They're both really similar. Silly Socks, I would say overall, has a slightly maybe more circus themed color. A little bit darker,
yeah.
A little bit darker colors,
like it?
Bright colors, kind of it inspired.
Clown.
That's not really the case.
No.
Don't say bad things. We want them to like the yarn.
Well, they might like it.
And then Silly Socks Flower Pop, which is a little bit more floral and a little bit more light and breezy, maybe.
How many skeins for US size 13 men's? That would probably be 2, right?
2. Yeah. I mean, if one gets you all the way to a pair in a women's 8.5, I would say then a men's 13 is probably 2. Unless you want to make them very long, then add a 3rd. This is also a bit of a conservative estimate because I think you might actually be able to even squeeze out a pair in my size from these. It's just more, then they might not be as long. And it's always better, I think, to calculate having a little bit more yarn left over. You could always turn it into a little shawl or into a little scrunchie or some other little accessories, or make a like parent and baby sock or something out of it, rather than running out when it's just just a little bit left to do, I think. That would be my recommendation, at least. So these are the Silly Socks, both Silly Socks and Silly Socks Flower Pop. And we have 2 yarns left and 2 giveaways. Let's do a giveaway first, and then we'll move on to our last 2 yarns. So this giveaway is the final one today, where you can win a gift card. This gift card is worth $25 or equivalent in your currency. And you can pick it up now by typing hashtag Hobbii Live in the chat. That is for both you joining on Facebook and joining on YouTube. So grab yourselves some yarn. Hashtag Hobbii Live in the chat on Facebook and YouTube to win a gift card worth 25 monies. Make a cloak for Wizard Owl with the leftover yarn. That is always the best. That is always the best suggestion. And Barbara's saying I always make, I make fingerless gloves with leftover. And Katrina's saying toeless socks, which, yeah, exactly. That's the thing with sock yarns. I think it's probably, there's so many different ways you can use them, because yes, they're called sock yarn, but don't let labels fool you. You can turn that into clothing. You can turn that into scarves. You can turn that into. I have 2 pairs. I have a pair of mittens, a pair of fingerless gloves, and a beanie, all made by my friend, and they're all made in sock yarn.
I'm very curious how it would feel to have toeless socks on.
Oh, I own pairs of toeless socks for yoga. Like, I actually wear that for yoga.
What?
So yeah.
Where do they stop?
They cut off just before the toe, and they also don't have a heel. So it's essentially they don't have a heel and they don't have a toe. I have those. My friend made them for me to keep my feet warm, or my legs warm during yoga and stuff. But still allow me to have grip.
Do you feel cool, like with fingerless gloves?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like wearing them.
Huh.
But yeah, so those exist.
I didn't know.
And we have our winner, and it is Mia Svensson. Mia, congratulations. You've just won a gift card worth 25 monies or equivalent in your currency. Maybe more skeleton parts can come from this.
Oh, yes. Please.
Congrats, Mia. Please send us an email to live@hobbii.com. Woo woo! And we've got our final 2 yarns of the night. First up, it's another tubular yarn. More tubular yarn.
Totally tubular?
So, totes tubular.
Yo.
This is Panettone, which I picked partially because now that Christmas season is upon us, they're selling Panettone in Lidl. Every time I go to Lidl now, at the very front of the store, it's just a lot of Panettone.
I want to try.
Like, as in panettone, as in the Italian cake.
Yeah.
Have you ever had panettone?
I have never.
Oh, I'll get you some. Because
really?
I don't actually like it.
Oh, really?
Because it has, like, raisins, and I don't love that.
Oh, I'm not a fan of raisins either.
Oh, but you have to try it.
Yeah.
I think they also make it with chocolate and stuff, but the one in Lidl is kind of the classic one. They also have panduro, which is without any filling, and that's delightful. It's kind of like just a kind of super bouncy little brioche-style cake. I'll get us both. Delicious. I'll get them both next week if I remember, and then we can have a little tasting for you guys. But this is Panettone the yarn, not to be confused with Panettone the cake. While certainly let them eat cake, but also let them get amazing yarn. This is another tubular yarn, so you've got another chainette tube. This one, as with Coriander, both of them are empty, so they're not filled yarns, they're just an empty tube. And Panettone, always two-toned. So you can see here, this chain, always 2 colors. There's always one lighter and one darker side. And the colors do change. So throughout, you can see here, you've got a little bit of metallic fiber worked into it, so a little bit of glitter. And then again, you'll have solid colors. And so you get both a really nice little two-toned color change. So it's all mixed together. This yarn has a little bit of everything. It's a blend of cotton, polyamide, and metallic fiber, 87% cotton, so primarily cotton. It is a light or DK or light worsted yarn weight with a recommended hook or needle size of a 4.5 to a 5.5, and you get 130 yards on one of these. And I'll just show you one more time. So this is what the color looks like on the skein, and as I said, you always have these kind of two-toned threads. The metallic gives it a nice shimmer, and it comes in a really cool color palette with, again, a little bit of everything, both for those of you who like neutral colors, those who love bright colors, those who want contrasting colors, or those who want more monochromatic color schemes. Panettone has a little bit of all of that. Joy's asking if you have to order during the live. No, you do not. You've got 24 hours to do it. Well, now you have 22 and a half because I've talked for so long. But you have until tomorrow, 5 p.m. CET. That is Central European time. That is the local time in Copenhagen. So you have until tomorrow, around the time that this stream started, to shop. The code is valid for 24 hours. And Sharon is saying, I have no idea what panettone is other than the yarn. So panettone is literally this little cake, which is an Italian cake that is eaten for festive, for holidays, so one of them being Christmas. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit fruity in flavor, and then usually has raisins, which I don't love, but there is panduro, which is essentially the same thing but without the raisins, and that I love.
Someone asked if you have to order during the live.
I just answered that.
Oh, sorry.
Literally 20 seconds ago.
Oh, I was reading the challenge. I'm sorry.
It was the second to last. I answered that, and then I answered the panettone question.
You know, as we spoke about, you had the brain cell.
Right now, I'm in possession of the brain cell.
You had the brain cell. Yeah. But we have one last yarn, sorry.
We do have one last yarn. Well, actually, yeah. So panettone, I'm going to just quickly finish up with. Tubular yarn, we do recommend that you hand wash it, and very fun to work up for all kinds of sparkly, colorful projects. Another yarn that is great for...
Oh, we have a question. Someone asked if they have to order during the live.
Matt, do they have to order during the live?
Yeah, they do! No. You have
Matt is putting the pressure on. Matt is like, yeah, I've changed the rules, so the code is actually only valid for another 24 minutes, not 24 hours.
There you go.
No, you do not need to order during the live. You can take all the time in the world afterwards to peruse, to browse our landing page. You can also check out the patterns, because not only did I link all the patterns that we've shown today there, I've actually linked a few more. So if there's a few yarns that you haven't seen any inspiration for just yet, there is some inspiration on that page, so you can check it out. Final yarn of the night is one that we also talked about on Bingo yesterday. It's Tea Time XL. It is our slightly thicker version of Tea Time. It's an XL type of show. It's an XL deal, and therefore it's XL yarns today. With Tea Time XL, you get a super beautiful, bright colored, soft gradient yarn. So you get these super soft color changes. It's made from 100% acrylic, so itch-free, no problem. You're not gonna have to, you're not gonna deal with scratchiness. You can see here that there's a little bit of fluff to it and a very lovely soft texture. It is twisted a little bit more kind of rustically, so you have a little bit of variation in the thickness of your thread, which gives it that little bit of a rustic, homemade, handmade flair. Actually, this one kind of shows it perfectly. So you see this thick boy and this thinner, both on the same skein. So just a little bit of variation in the thickness of the thread to give it that little bit of a rustic touch. You get 437 yards on one skein. It is a worsted weight yarn with a recommended hook or needle size of a 5.5 to 6.5, and it is machine washable on a hand wash setting. So if you have a gentle wash cycle on your machine, you can pop it in there. Otherwise, hand wash it for best results. And it is, oh no, Amanda, do you have to order during the live stream? I love it.
I don't know anymore, actually.
At this point, you might as well know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours, so at this point, many of you probably already have ordered, to be honest. I apologize for taking this long today. I was a little... I don't even know. I mean, it's 16 yarns, so I think I like talking about yarn. Sue me.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It's, you know, when you found your, you know, your calling, then... It is. Ooh, that's nice. That's bright red. That's very cool. Christmassy. We also had a Tea Time Christmas variety.
Yeah,
and Kelso is literally, as we're speaking, saying that Earl Grey is my favorite and the new red one. Do you mean Rose Hip, the one that Matt just put out there? I sense a long-running gag. Well, you know, it's like Matt having never seen any movie.
Yeah. Listen, I'm taking them off one at a time.
We're not getting into that now. You're just getting trolled now. Yeah.
One movie a year.
Am. I know. And Amanda is laughing at her own joke. Oh, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm not going to say much more other than this yarn is great. You can use it for lovely, cozy projects. Do we have some more projects to show? Because I do think I picked some user gallery. Did I pick some user gallery?
I think you did.
Because I think it just in the name of fairness, you put a lot of effort into your projects. You deserve to have them showcased. So we're going to show some lovely projects. Also because for this yarn on the webpage, you will find pictures of swatches that are knit. But of course, with a color change like this, it is going to look a little bit different between a knit and a crochet project. The user gallery is an amazing resource there because a lot of people have uploaded beautiful crochet projects as well. So if you're ever in doubt for, I wonder what this gradient will look like when crocheted, there are actually so many stunning projects uploaded by your fellow crafters already where you can check that out as well. But these were 4 really cute projects showcasing the yarns and the gradients. So Tea Time XL, part of today's offer. 40% off if you use our code HAPPY40 and 50% off if you use our code HAPPY50 on an order where the order total is $150 or more. So if you only take our live stream yarns, once your order total is $150, that's going to get halved. So it's a pretty nice deal, I would say. Matt is showing you the full palette that we have. And like I said, there are also some cute little patterns linked.
Louisa, they are trolling. Like, I'm not sure if they're actually asking or not, or just trolling now about the, like, do you have to do it during the live? Do you have to shop? I'm not sure anymore. Like, look at this one.
Just try it. Just, you know, try it out. Maybe, just because of this, I'm now going to restrict the code so it's only valid for another 10 minutes. Oh. And then I'm going to go home. Well, actually, I'm going to go and meet my parents. My parents are visiting. Very excited about that. So with that, we have a final giveaway for you. So this is the final golden ticket of the night. I just touched my glasses. So now there is a massive fingerprint in the middle of my glasses. So I'm taking them off. We're giving away a final golden ticket. That is a 15% off coupon. That is valid for 30 days. You can use it for a one-time purchase on anything on our website. So if you want to make a nice big order during our Black November sales, which have just started, and as November progresses, more and more yarns are going to get added, you can grab them at a discount and, you know, treat yourself to something nice. With our code, with Hobbii Live in the chat, you can now look forward to grabbing yourself maybe the last golden ticket of the night. I love that I'm kind of talking very gently now as if I'm trying to do and Karen is now getting her messenger responses. So everyone who was nervous in the beginning because they didn't get a link sent to them, they're now rolling in. So yay to that. And we've got 5 seconds left to type hashtag Hobbii Live in the chat if you want to compete for our final golden ticket of the night as a 15% off coupon for anything on the website. Anything you might want.
On the by the way, we had someone asking, actually genuinely asking, is the discount only on those shown today?
Yes.
Yes.
Happy 40 and Happy 50 is only on our 16 yarn selection that I showed you today.
Perfect.
But Happy 15 will be valid on anything. And we've got our winner. Woo! It is Cecilia Henriksson. Congratulations, Cecilia. You are the final winner of the night. Please send us an email to live@hobbii.com and we'll make sure to send you your golden ticket ASAP so you can get shopping in our big Black November sales. As we progress into the month of November, our next few live streams are also going to be Black November themed. So we're going to lean in a little bit more on a lot of these really cool offers that are coming your way. I hope you're as excited as I am, because I know I'm excited. I've already made a list of yarns that I'm going to grab for myself, so... Congratulations to all of our winners today. Do remember to send us an email to live@hobbii.com. Thank you to all of you who joined and stuck around for 2 full hours. I apologize for the length of the stream. I know we sometimes go to 2 hours, but today I really thought that we had it, you know, to be shorter. on Thursday, join Matt for a little trivia quiz if you want to, show off your knowledge and maybe win some cool prizes. And then I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. Take care and see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!